Good morning, all the viewers. Good morning. Welcome. Thank you for joining us on this beautiful morning, flying from Port Elizabeth to King Shaka and Durban. Good morning. Welcome. Thank you for joining. Mac, just a bit lower down the volume. Yeah, I've got Mac here with me. Wonderful to have him. David and Anthony. The rest of the guys are sitting upstairs. So it looks like we are a fair amount of guys that are ready to fly from here. So let's get going. Port Elizabeth traffic Skymatix 001, push and start. So we on the APU. Let's go. Before start procedure. Oh, hang on, I know what's wrong. Morning, Steve. Morning, Tommy.
Okay. All doors and hatches are closed.
There we go.
Ready to connect.
More Marius.
Before start procedure complete.
All right, then we can push.
Ready for before start checklist.
I think there's actually tower. I think it's Johan on tower.
Really? Oh, crap. I didn't know.
Yeah, he has.
Skymatix 356, line up and wait. Runway 08.
Same tail we had when we landed yesterday.
Then I'll better
line up and wait,
not
runway
push.
08.
Damn it. Let me get my pens and stuff. Where is my
Flow
marker?
connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
Yeah, hold yours, sunny boy. Have a good morning, Skymatix 001 Bravo 738, requesting IFR clearance to King Shaka.
Skymatix 001, good morning, please stand by.
Stand by 001. Jean-Pierre, good morning. Glad you warned me about that, David. Marius, ek het jou boodskap gekry.
Wind is 070 degrees, 15 knots, cleared for takeoff, runway 08. Once airborne, monitor to Unicom 122.8 and have a safe flight.
Skymatix 356, cleared for takeoff. Once airborne, we'll monitor Unicom. Thank you very much for the service and you have a good day, Johan.
Morning, Christer. That's nice and warm, 23 degrees Celsius here in Port Elizabeth. Probably the same here in Joburg, where I'm in the real world anyway.
Skymatix 001, cleared for King Shaka, direct Papa Echo Victor out of runway 08. Departure frequency is 122.8, squawk 2330.
Squawk 2330 off runway 08, direct Papa Echo Victor, and we cleared to King Shaka as well. Skymatix 001.
Skymatix 001, read back correct, report ready, wait for push and start.
Skymatix 001, we are ready for push and start.
Skymatix 001, push and start approved, facing west. QNH 1012,
Pushback, and you may
report
start
ready
engines.
for taxi.
Units 1012, push approved facing west and will report ready for taxi. Skymatix 001. Start number 2 engine.
Skymatix 04, line up and wait, runway 08.
Starting number 2
Line up and
engine.
wait, 08 for Skymatix 04.
So, good morning again. Skymatix 08, requesting also clearance as well, please.
Skymatix 008, please stand by. Skymatix 04, wind is 070 degrees, 50 knots, cleared for takeoff runway 08. Once airborne, switch to Unicom 122.8 and have a good one. Bye-bye.
Clear for takeoff 08 and once airborne back to Unicom for Skymatix 04. Thank you for the coverage and you have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.
Starter cutout.
Start number 1 engine.
Starting number 1 engine.
Operation complete. Set parking brake. Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
25N2.
Morning, Luigi.
Skymatix 008, cleared for Durban via direct to Papa Echo Victor out of runway 08. Departure frequencies Unicom 122.8, squawk code 4030.
Engine start procedure complete.
Cleared as found, direct Papa Echo Victor, runway 08. Squawking 4030 and...
Tow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal on the right. We'll see you next time. Have a lekker flight.
Skymatix 008, read back correct, report ready for push and start.
Before taxi procedure.
Ready for push and start for Skymatix 008.
Before taxi procedure.
Skymatix 049, wind is 070 degrees, 50 knots, cleared for takeoff runway 08. Once airborne, switch to Unicom 122.8 and have a safe flight, sir. Bye-bye.
I am ready for before taxi checklist.
Right, okay, so we have all of that.
Now, we're Skymatix 008, ready for pushback and startup.
Skymatix 008, push and start approved, facing west. QNH 1012, report next for taxi.
Pushback and startup to face west. Report next man, ready for taxi. Skymatix 008.
Skymatix 049, did you receive last transmission?
Elizabeth, Skymatix 049, receiving you last transmission. Sorry, I didn't notice you were online, so my apologies. I am ready to take off runway 08, Skymatix 049.
Skymatix 049, not a problem at all. Wind is 070 degrees, 15 knots, cleared for takeoff runway 08. Once airborne, switch to Unicom 122.8 and have a good one.
Cleared for takeoff. Once airborne, we'll switch to Unicom, Skymatix 049. Thank you.
Skymatix 001, ready for taxi.
Skymatix 001, taxi to holding point for runway 08 via Alpha 2, report next for departure.
Holding point Alpha 2 via Alpha, Skymatix 001.
Taxi lights on.
Hello, Andy.
And Port Elizabeth Tower, good morning. Skymatix 052 on gate Alpha 11, requesting clearances filed to Durban.
Lekker man, lekker.
Skymatix 052, good morning to you, sir. Cleared to Durban, direct Papa Echo Victor out of runway 08. Departure frequency is 122.8, squawk 6641.
Cleared to Durban as filed, direct Papa Echo Victor off runway 08, squawking 6641 and frequency 1228 after departure, Schematic 052.
Schematic 052, read back correct, report ready for push and start.
Before takeoff procedure.
Before takeoff procedure. Before takeoff procedure complete. Ready for before takeoff checklist. Cabin crew, take your seats, prepare for takeoff.
Tower, Schematic 008, read to taxi.
Skymatix 008, taxi to holding point for runway 08 via Alpha 1, report ready for departure.
Taxi, clear to taxi, holding point runway 08 via Alpha 1, report next, ready for takeoff.
Schematic 001, ready for departure.
Skymatix 001, wind is 080 degrees, 17 knots, cleared for takeoff, runway 08. Once airborne, switch to Unicom 122.8 and have a good one. Bye-bye.
Thank you for your service. Cleared for takeoff, runway 08 and switching Unicom after takeoff, Schematic 001. Ernesto, good morning. Ernesto, the MAX 8 and 9, well, the MAX was stolen from us, so effectively it's not ours anymore. And we wanted to take it back a couple of weeks ago and we decided against it. You know, there's no point in us stealing it back. Okay, so that thing is now lost. We are obviously looking forward to the level up MAX now. You know, I'm not sure if we're going to be involved at all at this stage, but it would be cool if they could just at least do something for us. Toga.
And Tower, Schematic 052, ready for push and start.
Takeoff thrust set. knots. Throttle hold. V1. Rotate.
This time I'm not forgetting my gear down. Ernesto, just as a matter of interest, there is copyright on the material in that Max, okay? We have very successfully challenged the stealing of it in certain aspects while we were very unsuccessful in other aspects, okay? If you do not have the moral scruples and you want to steal it again, by all means go ahead, but you will always be a cheat and a thief.
Ready for question start.
And that's the whole problem we have with that model. There's no point in us being, you know, thieves and cheats ourselves.
QNH 1012, report next, when ready for taxi.
At some point in time, you need to decide whether you want to operate ethically or not, you know?
QNH 1012, and we'll report when ready for taxi. I'm at 052.
So anyway, it's incorrect to state that it is available. It's not available. That thing is, I don't know what the real legal term is, but it's off limits. That thing is dead.
Approaching transition.
Anybody who takes it now and runs with it runs the risk of legal action again, because all the copyright holders still retain the right, still have the right to defend it, you know, and if you want to risk all the claims against you, you get what you deserve.
At 6008, wind is 080 degrees, 17 knots, cleared for takeoff runway 08.
Exactly what I just said, Christer. Great minds think alike, yes.
Have a good
exactly.
One. Bye-bye.
You guys
Take out of runway 78 and changing to 102.8 after takeoff and take it and make it the service.
That also changed to 122.8 now. Yeah, I don't think it's a good idea to open yourself up for the litigation and the financial claims and everything else that might hit you if you use it. And that's one of the reasons why we also said, I mean, Zibo, if you read the end user license agreement, that's in the folder that comes with the Max, you'll see Zibo and Twixter are the two major holders, but there are other guys like Jorge behind the scenes and Daniel. They own copyright on many of the systems and many of the stuff in it, you know, and all you're going to do is you're going to open yourself up to a problem. If it was so easy to just take it back, trust me, we would have done it, but it's not. Legally, it's a minefield. Yeah, thanks, Tommy. And you know what? I forgot to mention, even Threshold has also got legal claim on it. You know, there's more than one party that's going to knock you. So, yeah. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. The community will also go into cancel mode again.
Yep. You've also got to remember that the parties that are fighting over it legally, none of them have got the financial backing. So
yeah. Good morning, Gilbert, and you're welcome. Yeah, it was a good surprise. When I woke up this morning, I saw Zibo put it in like 1:30 this morning, our time.
you do me a favour, Nico?
I can try.
Stream in Discord?
Yes. There you go. There's our little train. Uncle John, Laurie, Evan. I think that's JP. Yes. And it's me. Then it is Anthony, and then it's David. I was telling McDrying just before the stream started, I have not found the same bug. When I take off in the Zibomod, or if I take off in level up, I can fly directly from the ground up to the cruise level. Then it acquires the level and it holds it. There's no oscillation. But the problem came in when I did a step climb. Then we had oscillation there during the cruise. Okay, so I'm unfortunately not going to test it right now. It's something for later. But when you guys fly, have a look out for things like that. When you do a bug report, make sure to mention, I did a direct climb to cruise level, or no, I did a step climb. Because it's so easy for you guys to just say, oh no, it's oscillating. But the only way I was able to recreate it was in a step climb. So you need to give us that little bit more, please, when you do a bug report. Goeiemorgen. Balearic International Airlines VA. Yes, dis al maar 'n groot naam daai jong. Ag ek probeer hè. Okay, cool. Morning, Scotsman. Yeah, I saw you talking on Facebook early this morning. I think that's where I saw it. Do you mean crazy the weather? Is that what you're referring to? Yeah, Scotsman, I saw you ended up in the pub. Morning, Rob. There is going to be nothing related to the flight model in the Zibo update going to level up. Level up uses their own flight model. So the only thing you update by putting those two folders from Zibo into the level up is the systems. That's all you're going to get the benefit of. They have to fix the flight model. They have to fix the sound, the actual graphical model, and the graphics. Oh, you didn't put. Okay, all right, got it. At least you're honest.
1000 to level off.
Roasted, I'm not sure exactly what happened, but some stability changes, not sure. Zibo didn't elaborate, and I sent a message to Twixter this morning early, but I presume he's sleeping now, so we'll find out when we're told. Right, here comes the acquisition now. Let's see what happens in cruise now. That's when you're going to have to mention that to them on their Discord. Oh, got the 20 up, 20 down thingy. Hope it settles. Oh, now it's actually 40, not just 20.
Well, that's the theory about step climbs being involved, not.
Yeah, that's gone out the door now, because now it's happening, just going straight to the cruise as well.
Yeah.
I know. We can check it again. Let's have a look again.
And this is a different flights, different weather, and everything.
Yeah.
So.
Well, Scotsman is pointing out the thermals here. You see, Mac, we've got a thermal of 40 foot per minute, which is probably, you know what, it's now climbing and then countering, climbing and countering. But one would think at some point in time, you know, it would realize that it's doing a yo-yo and it needs to kind of stop somewhere. I don't know, Scotsman, this is a question for Zibo. We need to ask him if this is fixable or if this is just the way the flippin' laminar works now, you know? I mean, look at that now. Climb rate's 82 foot a minute now. Oh my soul. Yo.
I do apologise for troubling you. There's a debate going on upstairs. Which runway are we taking? I was set up for 6. Kevin got me to change to 2-4. Now they're saying it should be 0-6.
Uncle John, the wind is calm. There's no reason to change. I'm going for 24.
Okay, that's all we need to know. I'm just a bit concerned that somebody's going to come online and change it to 0-6.
Well, then it happens. It's out of our control. At this point in time, the wind is calm. It's less than 6 knots. It's negligible.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Okay.
Enjoy.
Ready for descent.
We are going to be much happier if we just look outside the window and forget about that PFD, I promise you. Sit like this. We now know there's issues. I'm not sure to what extent this bloody thermal is interfering, but there's definitely there is a weather issue. So now the next flight I need to do is to do it in level up. because, not in level up, xEnviro, because then we can also see what happens in xEnviro related to this. Scotsman, I tell you, that makes two of us. I'm also glad I'm not there. Look, if ATC comes up and they change the runway, they change the runway. You've got one of two options. You either comply or you disconnect. Whatever. 5 knots is nothing. If it was 50 knots or 15 knots even, yeah, we could change. But 5 knots is wind squall. Yeah. No, not today, but I did fly Lanceria to King Shaka yesterday, if you want to check that. That's fine, Scotsman. I also talk nonsense when I'm tired. It's like I get drunk or something, and I just talk nonsense. Yes. I'm well aware of that. Yeah, APU. Don't wear it out. You need to go sleep sometime. I wouldn't at all be surprised if the Zibo is trying to fight against that flippant thermal the whole time. Trester, it should work with real weather in X-Plane, but it won't work with anything else. Remember, Zibo upgraded the weather radar and things already in the Zibomod, you know, to get these knobs and things working and to to lay the foundation for the new X-Plane 12.1.4 with the weather. It was 1.3, then they changed it to 1.4 and brought the ATC forward. So my weather radar worked yesterday. The only other reason why your weather radar won't work is if you enabled the XHSI in your EFB. Now, I can't remember exactly where it is, but remember it's somewhere in here. There, XHSI. That must be off. Otherwise, you will never see your weather radar, eh? Yes, correct. Scotsman is 187. Mac, did you see or did you hear my concerns yesterday? Were you online when me and Zibo discussed the weather in X-Plane yesterday afternoon?
I digested some of it, yes. I was...
Okay.
I'm wondering when they implemented that. Was it when they released R2? But I thought
I don't know.
would have mentioned it.
I don't know. Maybe they didn't mention it because remember they changed, the weather was supposed to be 12.1.3 and then they brought the ATC forward and moved the weather to 1.4. So I think there was a bit of an overlap and I don't think it was worthwhile mentioning it at that point in time.
But it's funny how it's only just now being reported since R2 came out. That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I only saw it last night, and I tell you what, you can hear in my whole voice, everybody was concerned for me. I even got messages there from Steve. And I was totally taken back. I mean, it confused the hell out of me. Why you would do that, it just makes no sense.
Yeah.
I better start planning my descent now. Get into this. We're going to descend 3,000. What 3,000? 3,000. One. One 013. Right, so frequencies, minimas, courses. We're a bit late for this one. I think it's really worthwhile doing it, but we're doing it. Steve, no, I don't think so. I think that is supposed to be one of those wow new factors that's being put into the weather, you know. So, I mean, look, in the real world, it happens as well. There are thermals. There are air pockets where the aircraft will fall, literally, until you hit the next bunch of air. Then you have the thermals that will go up, go down, all these things. You know, it's not like it's not normal. but the modeling could be an issue. That's the sim issue, modeling of it, the implementation of it through code. Right. Yes, we did, Mohammed. I put it here in Discord in Skymatix chat. We also noticed there was a KLM 800 that left the runway in Oslo. Nobody died in that one, but yeah, that South Korea one it was a heartache when I saw that, man. Oh, I forgot. It's 800. Right. Awesome. All right. Yeah, there's something over-exaggerated or under-controlled or something in that thermal story.
Ready for descent procedure.
Well done, Linda. You're too slow. Yeah, and it's coming from slightly behind, you know, so that's also an indicator. Click resume. Sorry, gents. I'm typing to Zibo here. Absolutely. Hello, Vaughan. All good, all good. I'm busy sending Zibo some screenshots and just chatting with him. Yeah, he's not responding yet. He could be sleeping or at work or something, but I'm sending already as I see it.
Approach top of descent.
Scotsman, coming to your comment here of a short one, it wasn't that short when I looked at the planning. It feels short, I must be honest, but the planning said an hour and 48 minutes. And I thought, why not? So anyway, we're at 58 minutes from the start of the stream. In fact, sorry, I'm lying. 1 hour and 5 minutes. I see it's slightly different. I started a bit earlier, I remember. So, yeah. One of those things. Yeah, feels very short. But it was long enough for me to see what I needed to see so I could speak to Zibo again, you know. My next flight will be back in xEnviro, and then we'll compare the two, you know, because I think logically speaking, it's becoming a bit tiring to keep on saying it's explain real weather, and Zibo having to catch his tail the whole time to try and compensate for the bad weather, you know. It's tiring. The problem, Scotsman, is some people can turn a blind eye to it and some people can't. Okay, and it also gets tiring when people hammer on the same problem over and over and over and over again, and you try and explain to them over and over and over again, switch off the bloody useless weather, get a better weather engine, and they don't want to, you know, and there's this expectation that miracles need to happen every day. So, you know, at some point in time, there's best effort, and then there's no more. So each one is entitled to his weather engine, and you know, if the default weather isn't conducive to, you know, a good aircraft performance at this point in time, at some point in time, we're just gonna have to take it on the chin and say, well, no more, you know, this is it. Now we have to wait for Explain 1.4 to come and fix it. You know, and then we start chasing our tails again. I don't know, man. The big thing for me will be if I test it in xEnviro and it does not do it, then it's easy enough to say, yeah, it's the weather. But it's becoming more difficult to do that. Yeah, probably, Tommy. I actually set up the aircraft before the stream this morning. That's also why the stream is shorter. You're right, absolutely right. Seatbelts on, yeah. Exactly, Krister. Exactly. Well, we're not using Austin's flight model. We're using Austin's weather. And we don't know. Listen, we don't know. I'm just speaking as an absolute idiot. I don't know any better. So don't put value to what I'm saying. It's just an opinion out of ignorance. But we don't know how much of the new weather engine is running here already, or at least I don't. Maybe Zibo does. He clearly knows more than me, you know. But there could be portions of the new weather engine busy running in the background that's not really compensated for in version 1.3, you know, and now comes version 1.4, and all of a sudden things are going to start to make sense again, you know, and then we're going to go, oh, no wonder this happened or that happened, and so on, so on. Which brings me back to chasing your tail. You know, how many times do you want to chase your tail? You know, you can tweak and tune and do a lot of things. But now the next model of X-Plane comes out, then you have to undo everything again, because now all of a sudden all the puzzle pieces fits together and your compensation is now overcompensating. It's crazy. I mean, my old argument is, and it's the same with level up, it's flyable. It might not be perfect, but everything's flyable. There's nothing preventing you from flying the Zibo. There's nothing preventing you from enjoying it. But there's always that one or two guys. No, this is too short, and this is too long, and this is too sharp, and this is too blunt, and it always happens. I'll do, Steve. No, we're going to do the comparison later on. And we'll have a look, see what happens. Lekker Scotsman. Yeah, no, that won't be fun, eh? That won't be fun. I don't know if you've seen this, by the way, some of you guys that have more money than us that have bought new cars recently, especially the higher end stuff, they've gone onto a subscription model now with some of these bloody expensive cars. So for us, we pay over R1 million for a fancy BMW or a Merc or whatever. I don't know which brands exactly, don't hold me to that one. But then you've got to subscribe to get warm seats. You've got to subscribe to get this, that, and the other. And I was sitting here the other day listening to one of my friends who bought a new car, and he was saying to me, you don't really own the bloody car anymore. You pay $1 million, goes in there, but for this, that, and the other, you now need to pay subscription fees. Can you imagine a world living like that? Yeah, Christopher, if the car was free, you go to the scrapyard, you pick up some used tires, and you just get going until you need to replace them. You know, there's ways and means around it, I suppose, eh? You can pretend, of course. See, I'm getting really close to JP there. Scotsman, you're not really tired. Your brain is still functioning very well, it seems. Yeah, give Christopher a minute. He's going to come back now. Yeah, people like to complain. Just how it is. And it is so difficult for them to say thank you. Well, for some of them at least.
Flaps 1 set.
David, you're so quiet. Are you okay there?
Yeah, no, I'm fine. Just listening.
Okay. 100%, Krista.
Flight level 100. Landing lights switches on.
Alpha 9 at 7,000 feet, going straight, heading 065, Skymatix Alpha 9.
Hey, Dominic.
Morning, Nico. Can I ask you a question when you finish your stream?
You can ask it now already, I don't mind.
Okay. On the Skymatic page, when it asks you to choose an aircraft, does it matter which aircraft you choose? Because it adds different kilos of fuel.
No, the only thing that matters is the type. So if you want to fly a 737-800, choose a 737-800. Be careful, there are two types. The one is the split. So you've got the business class and the economy class split with a 160-seater. The other one is a 189-seater. So you just got to be careful. And if you're flying level up and Zibo, it's one thing. If you're flying PMDG, it's another thing. But the type is the important thing. Don't choose a Airbus A319, but then you're flying a 747, you know.
No, yeah, that I understand. I'll fly the 738, but I see there's different fuel loads.
There's like 20 or so different models in there. And the reason was when we started the VA, we had to put a lot of them in there because... Sorry.
Fully established for
Give me
runway
a second.
24, 9 miles out.
Laurie was talking there on ATC. Okay, so in the beginning we couldn't share the aircraft, so we had to make a whole bunch so that the whole bunch of people could fly together. See, now it's changed. We don't need that. We literally can share the aircraft. So I can be flying the one I'm flying, you can be flying it, and the next guy can be flying the same airframe in the VA. But those weights and stuff that you see there is insignificant.
Okay, thank you. And I have probably me, okay, but yes, I did 2 flights from ENGM to ENBR, and I was watching your video. You need to enable step climb, but I think when I do that and I enter the information and see.
For 9 at 5,000 feet, descending to 3,000 feet, turning left, heading 336, Skymatix for 9.
Sorry, the guys are talking here on the frequency as well, and I've just messed up the sequence. Okay, so there is an issue with the step climb, or there was an issue. Now I see it's actually in the new version going straight as well. But all you do to enable the step climb is you set the higher value on the MCP, you go set your overhead, and you press the altitude intervent button, and that's it. And then it will climb to the higher level. That's the procedure.
when I do that, I enter my information in the FMC, and then it tells me enable cruise altitude. But I've looked at all the pages, and I entered 340. Even in the cruise altitude, I entered 340. But then when I look at the legs, it won't go up higher than 3,000.
Yeah, there could be a constraint, or you could just be too heavy. I don't know. Well, I'll have to see it to understand it.
Okay. I will try to reproduce it and video it, and maybe I can send it to you.
100%.
But is it a must to enable step climb?
No, it's not a must, but I mean, you get better performance at a higher altitude. So, I mean, if you want to fly at 300, it's okay. But if you want to fly at 37, it's also okay. But then you have to do the step climb procedure.
I'll leave you alone. You're coming into land.
Yeah. Almost done.
To level off.
JP, I see because you extended your downwind, I've now cut in front of you. I'm going to roll through to the end of the runway. Just keep on coming, okay? Don't worry about me.
Okay, Nico, I noticed. No problem. I take a large turn.
Thank you, and sorry about that.
No problem, Nico. Urban traffic, SkymatixVA Flight T8, turning left, heading 209ers, SkymatixVA Flight T8. Intercepting ILS, runway 24, SkymatixVA Flight T8.
Radio altimeter.
And Durban traffic, Skymatix 001. We're on the ILS for runway 24. We are 7 miles out. I'll keep my speed up a little bit.
Durban traffic, Skymatix 356, located runway 24.
We can land.
Cabin crew, take your seats, prepare for landing.
Right, so let's arm the speed brake. Auto brake is set. Lights go and secure. Okay, next is gear down. Flaps 15. Gentlemen, remember we were talking about the gear lights not working on the Bravo? Mine just started working again. I've got 3 greens. I changed nothing. Nothing. It's just started working again. And you go and try and figure that one out.
1,000 feet stabilized, Mr. Perch altitude set.
Yeah, it started working.
Ready for landing checklist. Approaching 2-4. 600. Clear to land
Scotsman.
runway 24.
400. 300. Approaching decision height. 200. Minimums. 100.
Think rate.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
That was a bit high. Nose up there.
Speed brake up. Reverse unlocked. Auto brake in use.
Yeah, just disabled auto brake there. We have a bit of a way to run down.
5,000 feet remaining.
Thank you, Tommy.
4,000 remaining. 3,000 remaining. 2,000 remaining. 1,000 remaining. 60 knots. Yet. 5. Great landing. Remaining. You are professional.
Runway vacated. Durban traffic. After landing procedure. I don't know if that thing broadcasted. Sorry guys, I'm not sure if this thing broadcasted, but runways vacated at King Shaka, Skymatix 001. Yeah. Not too shabby.
After landing procedure complete.
Durban traffic Skymatix Alpha 9 established on ILS runway Yankee, runway 2 for Skymatix Alpha 9.
Flaps up and set.
Durban traffic Skymatix Alpha 9 cleared for landing runway 24 Skymatix Alpha 9.
No, Andy, that was me landing. I haven't done an auto land in years. I must try it again one day.
Ready for shutdown procedure.
Here we go. Shutdown procedure.
Shutdown procedure. Shutdown procedure complete. Ready for shutdown checklist.
All I can think of is it's a data ref. And in all honesty, the only thing that changed was the Zibomod. So I'm wondering if it wasn't a Zibo version problem. Please try the new one and let me know, Steve, if the new Zibo maybe fix it. Because I didn't change anything else on my system and it's working. The only other thing it can be obviously is a loose connection or something, but the fact that everybody had it, you know, what do we have in common? We all have the Zibo in common, we all have Explain in common. So I won't put money on any of it. I'm just speculating, but go try it. So first we have Anthony and then we have David that are on their way in now. Good luck, David. Good luck, Anthony.
Still in traffic, somebody sees us there. We'll study some islands for more people.
German traffic, Skymatix Alpha 9, runway 24 vacated, Skymatix Alpha 9.
I ask you something else?
Bloody computers, you know. Okay, Christer, stay well. Look after yourself.
Shaka traffic, Skymatix 052, established for the IMLID 24, 10 mile final.
We got your visual.
7 traffic, runway vacated.
Are you using BI, Dominic, for your source? Just try a different source. Maybe the source is not good. Welcome, Anthony.
Sorry, Nico, I didn't hear what you said.
I asked what your source was. Is it BI that you're drawing from, or can you change your source maybe? See if you can fix the errors.
I'm not sure. You lost me.
On the front screen, it says what the source is. Is it BI? It says map type override. What does that say? What is yours set to?
Nothing.
Yeah, it needs to be on BI.
Okay, done it.
Alright. So save it, quit, restart, try again.
Okay, thanks.
You go, welcome, David.
Yeah, thank you.
Right, so that's it, everybody. Thank you for watching, and thank you to the ATC. I'll try and do another stream later with xEnviro just to give it a bash, but one of the users already reported back it's the same in xEnviro. He's got the 40 up or 20 up, 40 down thing, you know, so I'd love to see it myself. We'll try to do it. Let's see if we can do it. You guys have fun. We'll speak to you later. Bye-bye.
Bye.